I don't believe this. So if you are watching, we are frozen. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to reboot a camera, yeah? Let me try this. So anyway, how are you guys doing? Let me see if I can switch over a camera and we'll get started. I've had a busy morning and lots. There we go. There's 2 is 1 and 1 is none. Lots of calls, so my apologies for being late. Only 20 minutes. And what I wanted to share with you was the picture that I posted this morning, the bar that I love versus the bar that nearly killed me. A barbell in the gym, that beautiful Eleiko competition barbell, really helped me build my life. It helped me discover who I am. It helped me unpack all of these incredibly important things that have given such amazing and wonderful value and quality to my life. Where the other bar, the Keg and Beagle in Linksfield, where I sat and nearly drank myself to death, didn't add any value. It started out as something fun, but ultimately eroded everything. Eroded my quality of life, my health, my well-being, my mental health. It stopped me developing in every single area of my life. It stopped me developing emotionally, intellectually, spiritually, in terms of my relationships with work, with personal, with love. And it started then to erode who I was and who I really, really wanted to be. The barbell helped me discover something, a safe and wonderful place where I could challenge myself. And I knew that if I could only lift 100 kilos and I wanted to lift 150, I had to show up consistently and put in the work. And through that work and that reward, that hitting 150, it showed me that I was capable of doing far more than I believed that I was. I was capable of achieving things that I believed I couldn't if I just showed up consistently and did the work that was necessary. All of these things, these 2 things that I have, but the positive and the negative, choosing to surround myself in an environment that has the positive bar, the barbell in it, versus the negative bar, which was the keg with the beer and the alcohol, the Keg and Beagle, and people who were there just to drink and drown out their spirits, their souls, their very, very person, their very, very nature. These are things that we all have in our lives. We all have our bars, whether it's a barbell or a bar like the Keg and Beagle. And the quality of our life will be determined to a very large extent as to our attitude towards ourselves in those environments. And where are we willing to put ourselves? What are we willing to do? What are we willing to do in terms of changing who we are and what we want? What are we willing to do to desperately find the fact and the proof that we actually deserve what we get from this change? What bar do you spend your time in? What bar do you associate in? What bar do you live in? What bar do you get excited to go to? And sometimes we have to step out from where we are. We have to unpack everything that's going on in our heads and in our hearts. And we have to be willing to say, this is not the right bar for me. I need to go from this bar to this bar. I need to find that this bar where I'm having a time to relax and unwind and socialize and believe, believe that I'm happy in, is maybe not the right bar for me, because in reality, I'm not growing, I'm not testing myself, I'm not struggling, I'm not fighting, I'm not having to show up when I don't want to. Sure, I laugh because I love doing these things. I love sharing and talking to you. I love sharing my lessons with you because I learn so much about myself when I do this. And I can think of the many, many times in my life where I really didn't want to go to the right bar, to go and train and to exercise and to challenge myself because maybe I was cold, I was tired, I was hungry. It was a long day. I didn't want to show up at the good bar. I've never, ever in my life experienced forcing myself to go to the wrong bar if I didn't want to go, because I always wanted to go to the wrong bar because it was the easy bar. I didn't have to challenge myself. I didn't have to push. I didn't have to evolve. I didn't have to develop. I didn't have to become more than I am today, tomorrow. I didn't have to fight for my dreams, for my well-being, for my mental health and my physical health. In the wrong bar, I could just go and turn off my head and shut down and justify to myself that I was there to relax. I was there to unwind. I was there to network. I was there with people who get me, who know who I am, who understand me. I was there with people that are also just willing. Thank you for the thumbs up. I was there with people who were just there because they had given up on themselves. I'm not saying that everyone in a bar has given up on themselves, but I'm saying the bar that I hung out in, there were so many people who had given up on themselves. And when I have to struggle and fight and get out of bed when it's cold, or go and train when I'm tired and I'm hungry and I'm exhausted and I don't want to be there, but it's the right bar for me to be in, the barbell, that's the right bar, because I go and every time I leave that bar, I'm better. I've learned a little bit more about myself. I've evolved. I've committed. I've shown up for myself. I've done what I've had to do for myself in order to become a little bit better, to move towards being who I truly want to and need to be. That's the value. Those are our two bars. And in our lives, we all have bar versus bar. Where are we willing to go and spend our time? Who are we willing to spend our time with? What are we willing to do? Which bar do we serve? Which bar do we allow to serve us? Look at your life. Unpack which bar you are spending your time at. Which bar you are allowing to serve you. And if it's the wrong bar, move to the right bar. And if it's the right bar, maybe go and spend more time there and hang out with the people who get being at the right bar. Because our bars can determine our life. If I didn't move from the Keg and Beagle, if I didn't leave that place, I wouldn't have lived another 6 months. I would be dead. I would have shot myself in the mouth. I would have drunk myself to death. Or I would have killed myself in a car accident. And I choose to go to the right bar because no matter how difficult it is, I deserve the challenges that come with the right bar. I deserve to be surrounded by the people who choose to be at the right bar. And I deserve to have the life that the right bar gives me, as do you. So pick your bar. Choose which bar you want to be at, because it's going to determine the quality of your life to a very, very large extent. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. If you have a question or comment, please feel free to leave it below or message directly. Happy to chat. Thank you for watching. Love you guys. Oos.